Me to my anxiety. Can you calm down? These people don't even think about you. Depression. Ever. Me. That's not what I meant. Till that in 2002, a researcher found that the average 8-year-old British child could identify 80% of Pokemon, but only 50% of common wildlife species. Common wildlife species don't normally yell their names at you. Me. Is sad. Some random shiny thing with no function or monetary value, half buried in the dirt at the bus stop. Me. Oh ho ho. We're all just crows with rights and anxiety. I fell asleep in my dream and woke up within a dream, making this a dream within dream. In front of me was my friend's cat, sitting down. With a deep godlike voice, he asked me, "Have you made change in this world yet?" To which I answered, "No." Suddenly, a jar of seeds manifested between us, and he said, "Then go make change. You know what you have to do." I understand the historical reasons why English is the most common language. But if I was writing a speculative fiction novel, and I said the language that most people learn as a second language, usually for professional reasons, is also the only one with a spelling system so terrible that spelling words correctly is a broadcasted competition, you'd be like, extremely unrealistic, 0/10ths. I never thought of this. Do other languages not have spelling bees? No, we don't. Plague Doc with Plague Docklings. Don't talk to me nor my 3 PhD students ever again. The fact that Dante created the most popular image of the afterlife with absolutely no theological basis for it will still be the funniest thing to me. Church. Heaven is eternal connection with God, while hell is total separation from him. Anything else is only speculation. Dante. Actually, hell has layers, like an onion, and the devil is big and mean and also frozen. People are fighting, and there's a mountain to get to heaven, and a nice place for babies. Also, I know this because I went there with my friend. Ochelonian asked, "Okay, but consider a centaur, but the top half is a bee." What the F? There is a blind man here tuning my piano, and he keeps making blind jokes. Quote, "You know, when people ring me up to ask if I can fix their piano, I like to tell them I'm so good, I can do it without looking. Sometimes people ask why I became a piano tuner, and I tell them it's because they wouldn't let me become a pilot." Death notifications in Minecraft are all really practical stuff, like, Claire fell from a high place. Claire was shot by a skeleton. Meanwhile, in Terraria you get like, Claire's genitals and also PP got fucking ruthlessly eviscerated and ripped to microscopic shreds by slime. F you. Apply garlic to a freshly opened cut or burn to immediately intensify the pain. Could this hack actually help someone? Tumblr, I'm literally begging you to let me reblog your post ads. One time my friends and I realized that you only have to be 18 to rent a U-Haul, compared to 25 to rent a regular car, so we fucking rented a U-Haul pickup truck for $20 and took it up to Seattle just to hit the town for the day. That's an amazing loophole to exploit. Someone please help. I dragged this picture of an old man, but my computer froze, and now he's stuck there, no matter what web page I go to, and I feel like his ghost is judging my choices. A restaurant in my hometown got a review that said the server should show some skin, so the owner added a potato skin special to the menu, and all the proceeds from the special go to the West Virginia Foundation for Ape Information Services. That's exactly the appropriate response. Why is there a huge jug of oregano? Who the F puts oregano in brownies? I have been informed that it is not oregano, but is in fact marijuana. Vampires who just use way too much 90s slang. Vampires who say booyah when they get too excited. Vampires who mix all slang from the past 5 centuries mercilessly within the same breath, and don't even try to stop it anymore. Unhand me, you egg sucking, lily livered, jive talking, wackadoo, foul villain. I bite my thumb at thee, you ugly motherfucker, so hasta la bye bye, daddy-o. My eyes are bleeding. When crows remember people who wronged them and hold grudges, it's intelligent and really cool. But when I do it, I'm petty and need to move on. What kind of double standard, honestly? He thinks he's being sneaky. Who's being sneaky? The absolute fucking height of comedy is scientists and scholars getting into fights over incredibly niche subjects. The idea of nerds in lab coats and suits getting close to blows over something that only like 20 people care about is so funny. The Milton scholars screamed and argued about how the serpent was supposed to move before it crawled on its belly. Dr. Matthews, enraged that Dr. Goldstein could believe the serpent bounced around on the coiled end of its tail, flipped over the conference table. Satan is not a fucking pogo stick, he howled. This is what real comedy looks like. Snuggles. Favorite hobby, napping. Snuggles, get your head in the fucking game. His favorite hobby is napping. Nobody hears a car alarm and thinks, oh, that car is being stolen. It's just an annoying sound that we want to stop. We want the car to be stolen faster. Yes. I love how in other sports, if anybody starts fighting, the refs or umps run over and try to break up the fight immediately. But in hockey, the refs just kinda stand back and watch like they're angry toddlers or something. I read an article a while ago and the guy was interviewing an NHL refs. He said something like, when two 6 feet 2 inches, 220 pound armored men decide they want to knock each other's teeth out and you're standing there in pants and a t-shirt, there's not a whole lot of motivation to jump in between them. It's even worse in the minor leagues, at least up here in Canada. I was at a local hockey game some years ago where a couple of players threw down and whoever was running the AV booth turned down the house lights, threw a spotlight on the combatants, and started pumping the theme from Mortal Kombat over the PA. Therapist, you're a nice person. Friends, you're a nice person. Family, you're a nice person. Me, yeah, but what if I'm actually me? Oh, F. I tricked so many people into thinking I'm nice. That's just how I am. This post is very loud. In shows like X-Files, Supernatural etc., when the main characters go investigate some supernatural thing, and they are talking to some professor of the esoteric, and they're like, how would we destroy it? And the professor gets all weirded out, and they say some throwaway line, like, this is just all old stories and legend. And the main characters are like, oh, yes, of course. As if a professor teaching this stuff wouldn't be like, in fact, here is my thesis I'm writing about how to kill God, and yes, I think that'd work. Why? Did you read something? Do you have a link? Every scientist I've ever met would be like, if you don't take some fucking pictures of decapitating a Wendigo, I will kill myself just to haunt you. This may sound like I'm fucking with you, but I'm not. I was recently diagnosed with a terminal disease called cerebrovascular. Google it if you want. Essentially, I don't get enough blood flow to my ears, so they are slowly freezing, and they will soon fall off, and it will spread to my inner ear and brain. There is no cure, but there is one stopgap. I need go warm my ears constantly to save my life, and the only material soft enough is the inner thigh of a pretty girl. So I need you to sit on my face. For medical reasons. Girl, are you a gorilla exhibit? Cause I wanna drop a baby in you. My BO says, send me your best and test pickup lines, but don't tell me which one is which. I turned on the light in the dining room, but Tubby had been sleeping in a chair, and it woke her up, and she was not pleased. Liam, teenager, who just woke up. Between you and me, I believe there is a conspiracy of paranormal origin, all connected to this town. You're literally pointing at them. Both of them. Both of the big paranormal things happening in this town. Between you and me. Illness cancelled. My little sister made me honey and lemon tea, and if that doesn't cure me, then her sheer endearing belief that it'll work will. Got Tumblr is a hell site. I spent 5 whole seconds figuring out how the concept of illness could cancel your sister, and could not make that fit into the rest of the sentence. I think, when illness cancels a person, it's called death. King Henry VIII. I want to look stupid wide in my portraits. Go ham brother. HNRGH. Wolsey. I'm trying to get a divorce, but I'm dummy thick, and the clap of my cheeks keeps alerting the pop. Why would you make me read this?